will be mentioned. So guys, I want you to listen carefully to the allegations in the case. Now, Leoda Bradshaw, a naturalized citizen of the United States of America, came to the island of Jamaica on the 6th day of September 2023. Now, as you all know, she had a baby with a daughter with PHILLIP, PAULWEll, the Member of Parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal, who she considered to be her spouse. Now, on the said day, the Crown alleges that she communicated with men, including her cousin Roland Balfour, one Richard Brown, and Roshane Miller. Now, during these conversations, up to the 9th of September 2023, there was an agreement made under the direction of Leoda Bradshaw for these men to kidnap and kill Tashana Patterson and her 10-month-old daughter Soraya PAULWEll, who was a product of a relationship that Patterson had with PHILLIP PAULWEll. Now, the plan also contained part payment, which had been made of a certain amount of money by Bradshaw to the men for the successful execution of the plan. On Saturday, the 9th of September 2023, the Crown alleges that Patterson and her daughter were taken from their home at Gilmore Drive in Kingston by Bradshaw in a tinted SUV motor vehicle. Now, I don't know if you're aware or you can remember that when she turned up missing, that her cousin had put out a post that she was picked up. She had made her family aware that she was going to be picked up by Leoda Bradshaw for them to have some discussion in regards to PHILLIP PAULWEll and the baby, because of course from one baby mother to another. Now, the Crown says that she subsequently delivered them to men, including 2 of her co-conspirators in St. Andrew. Now, the Crown also said that Patterson and her daughter were forcibly taken to an area in East Kingston and murdered by these said men who were armed with a gun. Now, Leoda came to Jamaica on the 6th of September, and Patterson and her daughter were killed on the 9th of September. That's 3 days after she landed in Jamaica. But before even going any further, when she was accused, she came out on the 10th of September and put out a statement on her Facebook page. The statement reads, "My name is Leoda Bradshaw. I am a federal officer. I have a daughter with Mr. PHILLIP PAULWEll, and we're in a long-term relationship. I wish to state categorically that I have absolutely nothing to do with the disappearance of Miss Tashana Patterson and her baby girl. The only interaction I ever had with Miss Patterson is through a brief Facebook exchange. I wish to share the sequence of events leading up to my exchange with Miss Patterson. In May 2023, my 8-year-old daughter with PHILLIP was sent sexually explicit photos, which were later followed by email threats and extortion attempts. The matter was reported to the FBI, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Board County Sheriff's Department Internet Crimes Against Children. They later reported the matter to the Jamaican authorities. The threats against our child continued for months as the authorities investigated. On Sunday, September 3, an email was sent to the parliamentary group making threats that personal information on PHILLIP would be released to the public. They also made damning threats against our child. On Tuesday, September 5, I received an email from a Jessica Dean 568 at gmail.com advising me she has been trying to contact me for months on Facebook to inform me that Miss Patterson had a child with PHILLIP. I spoke to PHILLIP, and he confirmed that he had a brief relationship with Miss Patterson, and it is possible that the child was his, but it was not certain, as a DNA test had not yet been done. Following my conversation with PHILLIP, I searched my Facebook history and noticed my spam chats messages from an account with the name Jessica Dean, where the PMP logos her profile photo. She said she had been trying to reach out to me since June to bring to my attention the fact that Miss Patterson's child was PHILLIP's. This was the first time I was hearing about Miss Patterson and the child. I also noticed that Miss Patterson had searched my profile on LinkedIn 4 weeks ago, and again 2 weeks before the emails came. On Tuesday, September 5, I sent Miss Patterson a message on Facebook Messenger advising her that PHILLIP had opened up to me about their involvement and the possibility that the child was his. I advised her that PHILLIP and I would ensure the child is taken care of financially, and a DNA test would be done to ensure that PHILLIP was the father of the child. That was the only time I had any interaction with Miss Patterson. I have never spoken to her by phone, nor have I made any arrangements to meet with her. That was the only time I had any interaction with Miss Patterson. I have never spoken to her by phone, nor have I made any arrangements to meet with her. Any such reports in social media are lies and will be passed on to my lawyer for action to be taken in the days ahead. I have shared all information I have with the authorities, and I hope the investigation will lead to the safe return of Miss Patterson and her baby girl. As can be seen from my exchanges with Miss Patterson, there was no anger, but just a genuine wish to see that an innocent child is taken care of and are not caught up between two parents no longer in a relationship. I will continue to work with the local and U.S. authorities to get to the bottom of the threats against my family, in particular our young daughter. I will continue to pray for the safe return of Miss Patterson and their baby and ask anyone with information to contact the police. Now, I know this statement is a little long, but what a woman who wicked and brazen and dry eye. I remember all people have saying, post broke coconut in your eye. But I think they must say, that broke coconut in your eye. What a woman wicked. No, she sent out this statement on the 10th of September. Patterson and her daughter were killed on the 9th of September. No talking true now. And she's saying, I wish there was no anger, but just a genuine concern to see that an innocent child is taken care of and not caught up between two parents no longer in a relationship. So, of course, she's saying that PHILLIP and Patterson is no longer in a relationship, but she considers herself to be the wife. And she leave US on the 6th. And I say again, you have the 6th to the 9th. And you sit down all that time, all those hours, and a plot and a scheme to kill the woman and the 10-month-old baby girl. If she and the man left, what your problem, my girl? Everything what the man have, because obviously it must be the assets that you're fighting over, because it could not be PHILLIP, so it must be the assets. But if she and the man left, because as she said, we agreed that after the DNA test is done, we're going to be taking care of this child. Can you imagine brazenness and utter hardeness? So she's talking for PHILLIP PAULWEll, because of course, in quotes, she's considered to be the wife. Now, all of this happened on the 10th. She put out the statement on the 10th, and the woman was killed on the 9th. So listen to what happened now. She has been indicted for a conspiracy to kidnap Tashona Patterson on diverse dates between the 6th and 9th day of September 2023. Conspiracy to kidnap Soraya PAULWEll on diverse dates between the 6th and 9th day of September 2023. Conspiracy to murder Tashona Patterson on diverse dates between the 6th and 9th day of September 2023. Conspiracy to murder Soraya PAULWEll on diverse dates between the 6th and 9th of September 2023. Kidnapping of Tashona Patterson on the 9th day of September 2023. Kidnapping of Soraya PAULWEll on the 9th day of September 2023. And capital murder of Tashona Patterson on the 9th day of September 2023. Capital murder concerning Soraya PAULWEll on the 9th day of September 2023. So no walla would they run upon down like a chicken without head, trying to find out where's this young lady and her baby. They were dead. They were killed on the same day that they were taken from their home. Can you imagine? Because of course she turned up in, as it is alleged, that she turned up in PHILLIP PAULWEll's SUV. So of course the young lady know their SUV. She talked to her already and said, listen, we're going to meet to have some discussions in regards to the baby and PAULWEll. So when the poor woman go outside now and see the SUV, she made the biggest mistake of her life. One off. Because I think one of the biggest mistake of her life was getting involved with PHILLIP PAULWEll. And the second biggest mistake of her life was leaving that day with this witch. Here we are looking for this lady. Here she comes, put out a statement. And the woman and the child were murdered. The woman and the child were killed and burnt like dogs. Because me have one dog, and if a dog dead, me I bury him. Me not even burn him. So they were treated less than. And you have nerve to be walking around with a smile on your face. 10-month-old baby. You understand me? Why are you going to kill a woman that is no longer involved with your man? She has a child by the man. And you say, okay, well, let us do DNA test to find out if it is his. And you kill the woman and her 10-month-old baby. Leaving your daughter, who is 8 years old, to what? Nobody will look after your pitney like you, my girl. She's now facing capital murder charges. The capital murder counts regarding Leoda Bradshaw. She's facing capital murder charges. And these are based on the allegations of a contract for hire arrangement, where she's alleged to have paid persons a sum of money to kidnap and murder Tashona Patterson and Soraya PAULWEll, contrary to Section 21E1 of the Offences Against the Person Act. Wicked, callous, cold, evil. I've said it already and I'll say it again. They're monsters and demons walking around us, but we only see their faces, we can't see their heart. And the next sad thing about all of this is that there were people available to carry out this gruesome act. How you look at a 10-month-old baby, innocent child, who is there smiling at you while you're pulling the trigger. And I said, I know that this woman was begging, not for her life, but for the life of her baby. Because she said, no, kill me, baby can identify her. No. Kill me and just leave the baby, make somebody find. Put the baby at the side of the road, make somebody find the baby. But what she don't understand that it wasn't so much about her, but it was about the baby who will now be able to get somebody Philip PAULWEll's legacy, because if it is Philip PAULWEll's child, the name PAULWEll carries weight.